Few people truly believed it, but it seems the improbable is actually about to happen. The Tesla Model Q is confirmed. Yes, that project for a compact electric car from Tesla, promised at a price around $25,000, which until recently was treated as an urban legend, is now officially part of the company's strategy for 2025. There were months of rumors, conflicting information, skeptical analysts, and hopeful fans. But after so many leaked prototypes, secret investor briefings, and quiet movements in the production lines, the pieces finally began to fall into place. Tesla, as if unintentionally, left clues along the way, and those paying close attention were able to piece the puzzle together before the official announcement. What makes it even more intriguing is how Tesla managed this mystery. No grand launches with fireworks. It was the silent and precise style that Elon Musk often uses when he wants to stir public imagination while simultaneously surprising the financial market. Only this time, the impact goes far beyond mere surprise. The Model Q is seen as a fundamental piece for Tesla to maintain its leadership in an electric market that, let's face it, is getting more competitive every day. It's not just a new car. It's a strategic move that could change the course of electric mobility in the coming years. It's interesting to note that the emergence of the Model Q happens precisely at a time when many questioned whether Tesla could still innovate like before. After all, maintaining a disruptive reputation amid so many new competitors is an enormous challenge. But everything suggests that the Model Q might be the answer to those doubts. A compact, affordable car packed with Tesla's technology, arriving in an era where everyone is seeking efficiency and fair pricing. If it succeeds, it won't be just another model on the shelf. It will be a milestone. The information that has surfaced shows that the Model Q wasn't an improvised project. On the contrary, it's been carefully planned for years behind the scenes. Factory updates, such as those in Austin, Texas, and patent movements related to new production methods reinforce this theory. And for those who doubted, sightings of camouflage prototypes within Tesla's facilities were the cherry on top. A new Tesla was taking shape, smaller, more agile, and with a clear purpose of reaching a much broader audience. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that the Model Q has not been launched yet. We're talking about a car in its final stages of development, with details still being adjusted. But the fact that Tesla is reorganizing its production lines and expediting regulatory processes already makes it clear that the company doesn't intend to leave the Model Q as just a pretty concept on paper. If everything goes as planned, the first batch of vehicles could roll out of the factories by mid-2025, further heightening the excitement among those who follow the brand closely. If the Model Q has already caused a stir just with the confirmation of its existence, imagine the excitement when diving into its design and planned features. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. Tesla is heavily betting on a car concept that combines extreme lightness with high efficiency, all without losing the minimalist charm that has become a company hallmark. Starting with the structure, the Model Q will have an ultralight chassis made of aluminum, a material that is not only strong, but also significantly reduces the vehicle's weight. And lighter weight, as everyone knows, means better performance and more range. Two factors that are crucial for any electric car today. Now, imagine stepping into a car where everything seems designed to make you feel free, comfortable, and protected at the same time. The Model Q's seats promise to be fully customizable, allowing adjustments so precise that it will feel like wearing a tailored suit. It's a simple but genius idea, offering more ergonomics and well-being in a segment that often sacrifices comfort for economy. And to complete this premium package, without being elitist, the car will feature a panoramic sunroof that blocks UV radiation, protecting occupants without turning the interior into an oven. But the true essence of the Model Q lies in its minimalist and intelligent interior. Tesla doesn't want to cram the car full of giant screens, colorful lights, or a million scatter buttons. The proposal is different: to create a clean, functional, and intuitive environment where every detail has a purpose. Less is more, especially when it comes to a driving experience aimed at urban efficiency. From what is known so far, the dashboard will be even more streamlined than that of the Model 3, focusing only on displaying the essentials to the driver without unnecessary distractions. This minimalism, by the way, isn't just an aesthetic choice. It serves a very practical purpose: reducing costs and facilitating mass production. Every fewer button, cable, or piece inside means less assembly time, less maintenance, and, of course, lower cost for the final customer. It's a logic that might seem simple, but that few manufacturers apply as efficiently as Tesla. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want a car that's beautiful, practical, and even cheaper? Another interesting detail being discussed is the size. The Model Q will be about 15% smaller than the Model 3, making it perfect for increasingly chaotic urban traffic. Imagine being able to maneuver easily into tight parking spots or navigate narrow streets without stress. This concern for city life shows that Tesla understood something fundamental. The car of the future isn't just electric. It also needs to be compact and versatile. When you take a closer look at the scenario in which the Model Q will be launched, it's impossible to ignore the strategic game Tesla is playing. It's not just about launching a new car. It's about positioning the brand in a nearly surgical way in a rapidly transforming market. Elon Musk, with his unpredictable yet brilliant style, understood that to dominate the EV sector in the coming years, it wasn't enough to follow trends. It was necessary to create the trend, and the Model Q seems to be exactly that, the missing piece to change the rules of the game. Curiously, all this movement happens at a time when Musk's political influence is also growing impressively. It's not just about Tesla as a company, but Musk himself as a public figure, now increasingly present in discussions about subsidies, regulations, and economic policies. And that's not a minor detail. With his new role leading government initiatives aimed at cutting bureaucracy and spending, Musk gains a competitive advantage that few rivals can even dream of. He can shape the environment where his company operates. This strategy strongly resembles the story of John D. Rockefeller in the 19th century, when Standard Oil didn't just compete with other refineries, but literally rewrote the rules of the oil market. Rockefeller made strategic deals with railroads, controlled transportation costs, and thus crushed the competition. Similarly, Musk seems to be using his influence to speed up project approvals, reduce production costs, and make life harder for companies heavily reliant on government subsidies. It's undeniable. It's a bold, almost Machiavellian move, but brilliant from a business standpoint. With the EV market becoming increasingly competitive and profit margins shrinking, Tesla needed an ace beyond technology. It needed a political and economic alignment. And that's where the Model Q comes in as a key piece. A robust, efficient $25,000 electric car carrying Tesla's prestigious brand. At a time when incentives are decreasing, it's practically a masterstroke. It's as if Musk saw the entire board and planned every move to ensure Tesla stayed on top. Some critics might frown at this intersection between business and politics, and honestly, it's a valid concern. After all, balancing public and private interests is always delicate. But looking from the innovation side, something undeniable is happening. The automotive market is being shaken like never before. And let's face it, if it means accelerating the arrival of affordable, efficient electric vehicles on the streets, it might just be a price worth paying. at least as long as transparency and fair competition remain intact. With all this strategic maneuvering happening, it's impossible not to dive into the technological advances behind the Model Q. After all, it's not just the lightweight structure or the aggressive pricing that make this car a game-changer. One of the main stars of this story is the next generation of batteries that Tesla has been developing at an accelerated pace. And honestly, what's coming is impressive. 4,680 cells that promise to transform the concept of cost-benefit in the EV world. Smaller, more powerful, and much cheaper to produce, these batteries are the heart of the plan to deliver a Tesla for $25,000. These 4680 cells represent a quantum leap compared to traditional batteries. They have a much higher energy density, allowing the car to drive farther with less weight and less volume. This means Tesla can build lighter, more agile, and of course, much more economical vehicles. And the best part, the manufacturing process for these new cells has been optimized to such an extent that costs have dropped by more than 50% compared to the batteries used in the Model 3. For those who thought making an affordable electric car was an impossible mission, this technological breakthrough shows it's only a matter of time and vision. But Tesla didn't stop there. Alongside the development of the 4,680 cells, the company has strongly invested in lithium iron phosphate batteries, known as LFP. This choice perfectly matches the Model Q's proposal, creating an affordable vehicle without compromising safety or durability. LFP batteries are cheaper to produce, have a longer lifespan, and also eliminate the use of cobalt, a costly material riddled with ethical issues in the supply chain. It's one of those decisions that not only cut costs, but also enhance the brand's image to an increasingly sustainability-conscious public. The cherry on top, however, lies in Tesla's experiments with solid-state batteries. Still under development, these batteries promise to double the current energy density and allow ultra-fast charging, up to 80% in less than 10 minutes. Although initially reserved for Tesla's premium models, there are already signs that this technology could reach the Model Q in a future update, possibly even by late 2025. If that happens, we're talking about a true generational leap within the model itself. All of this makes it clear that what's at stake with the Model Q isn't just another automotive launch, but the consolidation of a new era in electric car history. Reducing costs without sacrificing range, safety, or performance was the great challenge, and Tesla seems to have found the right formula. This set of innovations, combined with production scale and the company's logistical intelligence, creates an equation that's very hard to beat. Anyone betting against it will have to run very fast to keep up. With all this advanced technological foundation supporting the Model Q, it was expected that the discussion about autonomous driving would come up as well. And of course it did, but in a very different way from what many imagined. Contrary to some rumors, the Model Q will not come with full self-driving FSD as standard equipment. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. Tesla's idea is to deliver a truly affordable car without inflating the price with technologies that are still expensive and not necessarily needed by every driver on a daily basis. Today, for those who don't know, Tesla's full FSD package costs over $15,000 or about $200 per month through subscription. Integrating this into the Model Q without blowing the $25,000 budget would be virtually impossible. Instead of forcing everyone to pay for something they might not even use, Tesla made a smart, practical decision. Leave FSD as an optional feature. Whoever wants it can buy the license later or opt for the monthly subscription. This flexibility, in practice, gives consumers more freedom and makes the Model Q even more attractive to a broader audience. Another advantage of this strategy is production scalability. Without the need to equip every Model Q with FSD hardware and software from the start, Tesla can accelerate manufacturing and reduce costs even further. And for those concerned about the future, there's no need to worry. The Model Q will come pre-equipped with AI Hardware 4, meaning that if the owner decides to activate FSD later, the car will be ready for it. Just update the system. No headaches, no need to change vehicles. This decision also reveals an interesting shift in Tesla's philosophy, acknowledging that the public looking for the Model Q isn't exactly the same as those buying the Model S or Model X. They're different profiles with different expectations. Many people want an efficient, beautiful, and reliable electric car, but they aren't necessarily eager to give up driving to let the car handle everything. Especially in the entry-level segments, where price is the deciding factor, it makes much more sense to prioritize delivering the basics exceptionally well. What's most curious is that even without FSD as standard, the Model Q still promises to be one of the most technologically advanced cars in its class. Thanks to the new artificial intelligence system, next-generation sensors, and full integration with the Tesla ecosystem, the driving experience will be intuitive, safe, and modern. And for those who, later on, decide to venture into autonomous driving, the door will be wide open. Just subscribe to the service and activate the features without needing to swap cars. It's an approach that combines freedom of choice with continuous evolution. While Tesla was carefully crafting its strategy for the Model Q, another crucial point was being prepared behind the scenes. Mass production. And we're not talking about just any production. It promises to be one of the most efficient operations ever seen in the automotive sector. To ensure the Model Q is truly affordable, Tesla made a smart move. It decided to leverage the existing production lines of the Model 3 and Model Y. This means less investment in new factories, less adaptation time, and, of course, a much lower production cost. This reuse of infrastructure shows how forward-thinking Tesla is. Instead of reinventing the wheel, the company opted to optimize what already works, applying precise improvements, and adapting its lines to meet the specific demands of the new model. And when it comes to Tesla, optimization doesn't just mean minor tweaks. It means transforming entire processes to reach a scale of production that few in the world can match. Just for perspective, the goal is to manufacture around 10,000 Model Q units per week, resulting in roughly 500,000 cars per year. It's a simply colossal number. This production ramp-up isn't just about breaking records. It's about meeting a very real need. The pent-up global demand for more affordable electric vehicles is exploding. And Tesla knows that whoever arrives first with a viable solution will capture a massive share of the market. That's why the plan to use already operational factories like Giga Texas and Giga Shanghai is more than logical. It's vital to ensure the Model Q doesn't end up as just a beautiful concept on paper, but becomes a concrete reality for thousands of consumers. Another major advantage of this approach is agility. Since the production processes for the Model 3 and Model Y have already been tested, refined, and optimized over the years, Tesla can implement the necessary changes for the Model Q much faster and more efficiently. There's no need to repeat the same mistakes and slow adjustments that marked the early production of previous models. This speeds up the time to market and keeps costs under control, absolutely essential to maintain the promised price. Moreover, Tesla is heavily investing in new manufacturing technologies like the massive GigaPress machines, capable of molding large parts of the car body in a single shot. This type of innovation drastically reduces the number of parts needed, simplifies assembly, and increases the structural rigidity of the vehicle. In the case of the Model Q, it means a stronger, safer, and even cheaper car to produce. It's a classic win-win situation for Tesla, for consumers, and even for the environment, thanks to more sustainable production processes. With mass production being carefully designed, the next natural step is to understand the competitive landscape the Model Q will face. And let's be clear, it won't be easy. The battle for affordable electric cars has already begun, and several giants are gearing up aggressively to stay in the game. Chevrolet, Volkswagen, Ford, Honda, BYD, and MG have already announced or are about to launch electric models promising prices under $30,000. It's a true battlefield where every detail can make the difference between smashing success and bitter failure. On the American side, Chevrolet appears strong with the new Equinox EV, a compact SUV promising good range and competitive pricing, heavily banking on Americans' existing familiarity with the brand. Volkswagen isn't far behind, bringing the updated ID.3 into the fight. The German brand has been investing heavily to ensure its EVs carry that famous European touch of quality, but with more accessible prices. Both are heavyweights, no doubt, but the Model Q carries a trump card they don't: Tesla's unmatched brand magnetism. Another brutal advantage Tesla holds is in its charging infrastructure. Tesla's supercharger network is by far the most extensive, fastest, and most reliable in the world. While other manufacturers still struggle to ensure their customers find available charging stations, Tesla owners simply plug in and recharge as easily as charging a smartphone. And now that Tesla is beginning to open its network to other brands' vehicles, this ecosystem is set to become even more valuable. For anyone deciding between a Model Q and a competitor, that difference could very well tip the scale. Speaking of Eastern competition, BYD and MG are coming on strong. Both have shown they know how to make affordable, high-quality electric cars, especially in emerging markets. The problem for them is that outside of China, Tesla still holds a much stronger emotional appeal. A Tesla is a Tesla. For many people, it's more than just a car. It's a symbol of innovation, status, and being part of the future. And that perception of value is not something that can be built overnight. Ford is also promising to enter this battle with a mysterious compact EV model, though few details have been disclosed so far. But even the tradition of a century-old brand might not be enough to stand against Tesla's weight, especially if the Model Q delivers what it promises in terms of price, technology, and efficiency. And here comes something that few companies can replicate: Tesla's ability to create anticipation, to make people dream about a product even before it physically exists.